Hey, what's up, my KrizzlyKoala? It's KrizzlyKoala. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys step by step how I make each and every one of my YouTube videos. This has been highly requested, so without further ado, let's get straight into the video. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the first step, which is planning. Planning is simply brainstorming ideas and articulating how you want your video to play out. I use this school notebook to jot down all of my ideas, but you can use anything you have at home. Also, all the products that I'm using will be linked in the description box down below. Now, I'm a 𝗃𝗂𝗏𝗂𝗏 YouTuber, or as others say, 𝗃𝗂Tuber, so it may be a little bit more hard to think of ideas, especially since I'm so limited. I'm usually really good at coming up with ideas, but whenever I'm really stuck, I just browse through other Toca channels, and I even look at real vlogging channels. Right now, I'm currently scripting this video that you're watching right now, which kind of leads us into our sponsor. Okay, there's no sponsor, I just feel like saying that. Scripting to me is one of the most important parts because it is sometimes hard to think off the top of your head what you're gonna say in your videos, and you don't want to waste up storage just sitting there stuttering the whole time. Trust me, I've done it. So having a script next to you is definitely helpful. But I made this like a month ago and I didn't say any of that, so... While I'm planning, I like to make a list of things that I need to remember to say or do or have during the video, like props or key detail or, you know, make this person say this. Just the little things that make the entire video. The last things that I add to my planning sheets are the dates. Basically, I jot down dates where I feel like I'm flexible enough to get everything out done in time. Obviously, I was completely wrong because I put June on the paper and it's July. So these dates don't really matter. I try to stick to it, but I'm not as organized as I seem. Finally, I add my finishing touches, which is just a bit of color, and boom. Just like that, we're all done planning. And now the next step is filming. Filming is basically recording your video. Now you want to make sure the place where you're recording is nice and comfy and it's not noisy because we don't want to be hearing all that background noise. Shh, I'm making a video. Shh. Shh. Stop! The filming process is definitely my favorite because it's the most easiest part. All you have to do is say what you said off the script and you're good. And sometimes you don't even need a script, just say what's on the top of your head like I've done most of the time. Although it does get annoying whenever your video automatically stops recording because you don't have enough storage. Then you sit up there thinking you did something and so you scroll down and you see that white button. That is the most annoying thing about filming videos in Toca World. But I wonder what's worse, the recording button deciding to take its lunch break or the microphone deciding not to turn on. Or is it just my brain forgetting to turn it on? I remember I sat up there and made a whole video. It was so good and my microphone wasn't even on. This issue can easily be fixed by turning your microphone on next time and just voiceovering your video, but who has the time and energy for that? So yeah, let me know which one you think is worse. And now the next step is editing. Editing your video basically means getting rid of all the unwanted footage and adding extra things onto it, such as text, overlays, and background music. Alright, now we're on what I believe is always going to be the hardest part of creating content: editing. Editing for me takes hours and hours. For some people, it's a lot shorter because their style of content is a lot simpler. But for me, my style of content is very energetic and just, you know, keeping you watching the entire time. And that is not easy to edit, guys. Anyways, the editing software that I use is called 𝗃𝗂𝗏. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have heard of it. If you haven't, it will be linked in the description like every other thing that I'm using. 𝗃𝗂𝗏 has always been my best friend ever since I ditched KineMaster, which has that giant logo on it. I never understood why editing apps feel the need to put a watermark on it. I don't get it at all. But since 𝗃𝗂𝗏 has no watermark, no ads or any of that, that's my go-to editing app. It has so many features you can do to spice up your videos. But the ones I mainly use are the split, audio, overlay, reduce noise, text, filters, voiceover, keyframes, and stickers. Those are the most helpful for me, but I also will every now and then use other things such as motion blur and sometimes even the super helpful copyright button. By the way, no, this is not a sponsor. I just thought I'd show you guys all of the cool things that 𝗃𝗂𝗏 had, and if you guys want to check this all out for yourself, the link will be in the description like I said before. Anyways, this is live footage of me editing my videos. It does take a long time, so I didn't record the entire thing, but you can kind of see like how long it takes me. I constantly keep replaying the video over and over to make sure everything is perfect. So yeah, it's a very tedious process. And now the next step is making your thumbnail. The thumbnail is the picture that the viewers see before clicking your video. Creating the thumbnail is definitely my favorite part because not only is it super easy, but it's also super fun. You can get so creative with your Toca Life World thumbnails. There's so many things you can do art-wise. What I mean by that is like drawing over it, making your own clothes, stuff like that. But my personal favorite part is seeing it all come together. So I start out by taking a lot of screenshots. The apps that I use are Toca Life World, of course, PixArt, Magic Eraser, and Fonto. And the time it takes to make these thumbnails are literally like 5 to 10 minutes for me because they're super easy to make. All I really do is take screenshots, remove the background, put it all into PixArt, add a filter and some text, and I'm done. It's that simple, and I will post an updated version of my how to make my thumbnails because I do make them differently than what my previous video showed. So yeah, like I said, easy as pie. And now the last and final step is posting. Posting is basically uploading your video. Now if you thought filming was easy, this is even easier. All you're doing here is adding your thumbnail, title, and you can schedule your video as well as putting your description box. What I recommend and what's quite popular in the community is adding a lot of emojis in your titles because they make them stand out. Another thing I do is add capitalization in my titles, as well as my YouTube channel name. As for the description box, I keep the entire thing in my notes so I can just copy and paste it. It's super easy and efficient. Lastly is scheduling, which I usually just set it to the next day at 12 p.m. And with all that being said, your video is now ready to be uploaded. And well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned a thing or two about how I make my content, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, my KrizzlyNators.